Hey guys, so I'm trying a new recording method. Um, Seeing if it works or not. I mean, seeing how it goes. I'm not sure, um, but I'm just trying to test it out. Um, I'm gonna test it out with a new Kendra G reaction video, right? So let's get started.
Hello.
Hi, Kendra. How are you?
Hi, sweetheart. What's your name, love?
My name is Alicia.
Alicia. I keep on falling in and out of love with you, and I never was someone.
Okay.
I'm currently a student right now, a college student, and I'm also disabled too. So
Oh, do you
I,
want to?
I used to work though. Uh, it'll be. I'm trying to get my college degree before I go back to work. So
Do you want to share your disability or no?
no, I rather not.
Okay. So that's Alicia, Alabama, 41. She's currently a student. Do you have any kids?
No, no kids.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
I rather not say because I'm a Christian and I don't believe in that. So zodiac signs is not important to me.
Okay.
Forgive me, but yeah, it's not important.
No problem. What kind of man you looking for, Alicia?
A good one. No. I'm looking for a God fearing man.
Before she continues, right? I think it's funny that a 41-year-old still in the dating market really, I don't know how religious, but sounds really religious. It fascinates me that when you are at 41 year old, say that you're really religious, but a family wasn't your focus in your earlier years. This is the craziness where I would say at least religion promotes family. They promote building a community, which starts with a family. Women have these wrong way of thinking, these terrible, destructive teachings, where you should focus on a family. That should be your only focus. If you are, let's say, really a religious woman, that's what I believe, right? I've said before, I'm not a Bible thumper, but from glancery knowledge, I believe family is the most important thing when it comes to, excuse me, religion. That's the backbone of religion. It's family, right? Creating community, establishing a family. That should have been your main concern, your main focus in life. You should have tried to build a family. Now, at 41, you ain't building no family. That's for sure. And what? Now you want a man that's God fearing, but can't have kids with you to build what family? That's not a family. It's ridiculous.
Somebody who's honest and genuine about his faith. And also somebody who is just an all around nice, compassionate person.
Okay, what's some deal breakers?
Deal breakers are somebody who is verbally and physically abusive. I
Okay.
don't deal with that. I don't want that in my life. And because I am celibate, I rather have somebody that understands that and appreciate that about me and is willing to be the same way with me.
Okay, a couple things. What's that noise in the background? They hear something printing?
Oh, what does it sound like? Is it a beeping noise?
Yes.
Oh, that's the light, the chandelier.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's spinning around.
Okay. How long have you been celibate for, Alicia?
Um, since I was 18. Yeah. Yeah, it's been. I'm serious. I am serious. I know it doesn't make sense to anybody else, but yeah,
And so you're celibate since 18. So was that 22?
yeah,
22 years?
yeah. About that long.
Do you want to be in a relationship?
Yes, I do. I do. I
So
do.
for 22 years, you couldn't find anybody to sign up for your requirements?
I mean, there was people, guys that I've met and stuff, and we were in a short-term relationship, but it wasn't really serious, significant for me to even mention, like, because it wasn't. It just felt like.
Let me say this, right? And obviously, Kendra G can see the red flag already. Here's a woman that, just from her looks, she's probably a 3 at best. 22 years since she was 18. She didn't focus on herself. Making herself the most. Just focus on her body, her looks, There's no excuse where, she couldn't focus on her health, her looks, to improve herself. You want to be celibate. So now a man that doesn't want that. At 41, you're celibate. You should be giving it away to attract men, like as Kevin Samuel say. She should be blunt. I would say you did not prepare yourself to be the best version of yourself to attract the man that you want. You will only attract low, bottom of the barrel men, and even the bottom barrel men, they're gonna want sex, and they gotta see what's the benefit of it to be with you. And now there's practically no benefit at 41 being with you. It's good that she doesn't have a high body count, but she has trauma. She's trauma filled. You could see that, right? How she thinks, and how in 22 years she could not find a man. That doesn't make you less. Doesn't give you less traumatic experiences, right? Because you're only having, one-off, just poor experiences with men. Even if it's not sex related, you're still having poor experience with men because men are ignoring you. Men are not really giving much of a care for you. Men are not really giving you much the time of day. And men don't see a whole lot of value in you to invest that effort. This is what is the problem where, no one in her life told her that you should be going. If you have so much time on your hand, 22 years worth of time, you should have gone to the gym, improve what you can improve, right? She should be at a better looking weight, a better looking, appearance. Because again, how much you hate it, call it misogynistic or whatever, men are attracted to beauty. Plain and simple. So you didn't improve your looks for a man. I don't know what else you have to offer for a man, because you don't have youth, you don't have fertility to offer to a man, right? And then women that are religious is kind of like, it's off-putting, I believe, to most men, because then you're preaching a lot, you have these high religious values. What does she have that makes a man want to commit and put effort into her, invest time into her? Nothing.
Basically a friendship to me. It didn't really feel like we were in a deep relationship. So
this is your life and you have to live it. But let
yeah.
me just ask you this. Are you fine with, if you never find a man to honor your requirements and you just don't have companionship in that way? Would that be fine with you? Or your requirements and your standards are non-negotiable?
Well, my requirements and my standards are non-negotiable.
Yeah. So, and that's the no sex.
Mm-hmm. Until I'm married.
Huh?
Until I'm married.
Until you're married. So you're fine. So you're just fine with if you live the rest of your life without sex because you didn't get married.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that's all that matters. If you if
I would say this, right? This woman requiring marriage. This is what Kevin Samuel. I've said it before. Why I repeat. Why I bring him up? Because I admire this man. We need more. We need this man. We needed him to wake up women like this, to hold a mirror to her. You don't deserve marriage at 41. You don't. I'm sorry. I'll be blunt because Kevin Shannon would have been blunt. You don't deserve marriage at 41 because what do you bring to a man? You're overweight, or let's say fine. You may not be obese, but you're fat, right? You have no experience in how to deal with men. At 41, you barely had any relationships. So really, you don't know how to interact with men. You don't know what men like, right? You don't know how to please a man. You don't know how to make a man happy. And then you have this requirement of marriage. You're 41. A man would marry for children. Most men, why would you marry just to be with one person and not have any, produce any children? Because there's no real benefit for marriage for men without children. They're just not. What does men get out of marriage that they can't get from just a relationship? Really nothing. You could get the same thing from a relationship that you get, from marriage. You just get the government on your ass with marriage. People think that you get kids without marriage too. Well, that's a stupid way of thinking because you shouldn't do that. That's the problem, right? You shouldn't have kids before marriage or without marriage in the pipelines or whatever. You shouldn't, because that is a commitment, a key commitment for women. That's how you can show that at least he's marrying you. He's giving you that obvious commitment, right? And that fail-safe where this is game for women. Fail-safe for if anything happens, you have the backing of marriage, of the institution of marriage to help you. That's it. So for men, there's no point in marrying you. It's just it. You offer nothing for a man. So this is why women like this is delusional. She didn't even focus on the one thing she has control over, which is her looks, her health, her body size. She has control over that. I'm saying like she has disability, supposedly disability now, but again, she was celibate at 18. She started being celibate at 18. Why not 18 to, I don't know, 24? Didn't she focus on her body? And that was like ridiculous.
if it's your standards and you can't find it and you're fine if you never find it, then okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Let me turn the camera around.
Okay. We see you, lady. Right. All right,
Would you
Alicia.
like me to do a spin? So
It's up to you, girl. Everybody does the Kendra Cam. This is enough for me, but if you want to show off more, you can. If you want to do a spin for us,
well, I'll just sit down. Okay.
Does the guy have to be a church going man?
Just a God-fearing man. I don't go to church every Saturday because I believe that that the Sabbath is actually on a Saturday. So I don't go to church every Saturday, but just a God-fearing man and genuine.
All right, can he have kids?
I don't know how women say they're religious when, what do you really, I feel like it's just a word, right? A word women use, God-fearing, religious, a Christian man. It's just a word women use for, I don't know, maybe a man that's faithful, I guess, but they use that word instead because women are really, they don't live by religion. They don't live by the morals and teachings of religion. They don't. They really don't. So it's so ridiculous. Women always bring up religion. It's just ridiculous.
I prefer no kids. Sorry.
What's the age range you've dated? Want to date?
Anywhere from 36 to about 50.
So you want a man 36, 50 that never had kids?
Never had kids, yeah.
Okay.
So really, it's like she wants, which is, I think, a valuable man, not who hasn't a man that hasn't had kids yet, right? In his in his prime at 36 is kind of his prime. To in the 40s, that's still a man's prime. In general, not having kids, willing to marry a 41-year-old who pretty much won't be able to have kids, and she's a 2 in the face, a 0 in the body because she's obese. What is the man getting in this? This is why I make these videos where I'm showing you. This is the delusion that is women, right? And this is the women that are out there. We have no one waking these women up, because Kendra G is just going to show these women, maybe give a little bit of a critique or something, but again, she's just putting these women out there and like, okay, here's this woman. If you want her, you could date her, I guess, but you're not helping these women, right? Because they are delusional. You're not waking them up from their sense of the matrix. So,
did I ask if you got to make a certain amount of money?
No, but he don't have to. He don't have to. That's not important to me.
Okay.
Long as he's kind and giving and sharing and stuff.
Alicia, why do you think you're single?
Because I've been a little bit too judgmental in the past and stuff. So that's one reason why I think I'm single.
Let me ask you this. If a guy's dating you and you have your standard that you won't have sex till marriage, if he says, okay, but I want to have sex with other women but still date you, would you go for that?
No.
So he has to be on a celibacy journey too.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. He has to be on a celibacy journey too. Okay. What are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
3 flaws. My judgment, my judging people instead of just letting people be themselves and sharing what they want to share with me and stuff. I have to work on that. And I have to work on like other people's advice about my relationship, asking for other people's advice, like people that I'm close to about my relationship. I have to I feel like it's okay to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like to get outside advice from other people that I'm close to, but only to a certain extent.
I was good. And you have one more, right?
Yeah, one more. I'm very close to my mother, and that's a loving and wonderful thing. I live with her. So anybody that wants to welcome me inside.
How is your weight not something you should be working on? Kevin Samuel, like I've said before, why I'm bringing him up, he said it, right? In the black community, it's one of the biggest judgment to the black community is obesity. You don't have to be skinny, but you should be at a better weight. And you should at least not, again, for women, looks are important. They're the biggest thing to attract men. That's it. Plain and simple. Looks are the biggest thing to attract men. You're delusional if you think otherwise. She should be saying that her health should have been a focus, and not just, inside. I mean, not just, I don't know, what the other stuff of health, but her weight should be a focus of hers. It's ridiculous she didn't say you should be going to the gym, or you should be going walks. You should be more active, right? You don't need to be, an Instagram model, especially at 41, but you should be at a smaller weight. That's just it. I'm less to a degree than at Ken Samuels, where I guess you gotta be, maybe even more skinnier. I don't know, but I mean, you just gotta. She does not look put together. You gotta do whatever you can to increase your dating market value. I believe she's a 3, maybe even less, but a 3 at best. If she focused on her weight, she could be a 4, maybe even a 5. I mean, at 40, it's probably a whole lot harder, but I mean, I would have told her you should have focused out years ago. That should have been your biggest focus.
Their life, they will have to understand that that's not a problem.
So would you, okay, so does this man, is your goal marriage? Your goal is marriage, right? So yes. He has to be willing to live with you and your mother?
Yes. Yes. So if he wants to, yeah. That might be a thought to a lot of people, but it's real.
So he has to wait until marriage to have sex with you. And then when he marries you, he has to move in with you and your mother.
Sure. If we yeah, sure. Yeah, if
here's what I would say to you. This is why I asked you this question, because I do believe that if you want to have a rule and a standard, and I don't like challenging anybody with definitely religious beliefs, because that's nothing I don't want to challenge. You have the right to believe how you believe religious wise. But the only thing I will say is for 22 years, you've been following a plan that hasn't fallen into a relationship. So it would seem that in 22 years, maybe there needs to be an adjustment if you truly desire companionship. But if your standards matter and your requirements matter more than companionship, then keep going on, keep rocking out with it. But I would say 22 years is a long time to not have a result.
I mean, I've dated different men in the past and everything. The reason why I say like living with my mother and stuff is because I help her as well as she helps me with a lot of different things.
I mean, listen, real quick, your mother's relationship is your relationship. Yeah. So I get that. I'm not challenging that. But a man who don't know you might not want to deal with that. He might want to.
You don't have to.
He only has to if he signs up for it. He doesn't have to. And that could be a reason why he might not sign up for it.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like no one has to do it. And no one at this moment has decided to do it.
Right.
And again, I'm not saying that. I think it's admirable, right? That you're taking care of your mother. And I'm not telling you not to. I'm not telling you to change anything. All I'm saying is you might have to consider changes if you want a companionship. But if you don't, I mean, if that's not priority and these things are, which I understand, you just have to understand why you might not get a guy.
I understand.
In that way.
This is the thing where she's trying to pussyfoot around. She's trying to be very nice. This is where women say that, oh, how you deliver things. No, this is the problem, right? 22 years, she has no results, right? Because people are how they say it is more important than what they say. I would say you're gonna die alone. You're dying alone, right? Once your mom passes, you are definitely dying alone. That's it. No man will come into your life for any long period of time and will commit to you and give you the things you say you want. No man will. They won't. That's just it. So give up on the dating. Spend the rest of your life with your mom, or spend the rest of her life, with her. And then just live out your old age by yourself. That's no, plain and simple. Be by yourself. She should have a pet, right? Get a pet if you should, for companionship if you want. Find other hobbies. There's plenty of hobbies you can find. Yeah, just be by yourself. That's what should be told her. Should be said to her. At 41, I don't know. Date a 6-year-old. Even a 6-year-old would they want marriage? I don't know. But date someone at their end of their life as well. I don't know. If that's what you want, then if you want to try to, I don't know, really entice a man, date someone in their, I guess 60, maybe 70. I mean, probably 70, maybe even 80. Someone that's towards the end of their life, that may see that you're at 40, that it's probably better than what they can find at, 70 and 80. But if you're not willing to jump all the way up to there, be alone. Because no man at your age would want you. Definitely no man younger would want you. And I don't see no man younger to 45 or even 50 would want you, right? Would want to deal with you and deal with all this crap that's in your life, right? And you being celibate until marriage. Like I said, maybe a 70-year-old, 80-year-old would marry you because, hey, he doesn't have much life to live anyway. So he could be, fuck it, whatever. So yeah, probably that. But besides that, if that's not an option for you, then yeah, get a dog, die alone.
And again, these are all admirable things. You're taking care of your mom. You want to wait until you're married to have sex. You have religious beliefs. So I'm not trying to convince you to give up any of those things. That's why I just asked you, would you be okay if you never found a guy to sign up for it? And you said you would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want people to think that I'm like this boring person. I feel like I'm pretty fun, once you get to know me.
Tell us some fun things that you do.
Well, I listen to music, of course. Who doesn't? I listen to regular music like anybody else. I also listen.
I think this woman will continue talking delusion. She doesn't seem anywhere near fun. At 41, she's never been fun. She has not been fun enough for any man to, go through the hurdle of no sex to be with this type of woman. So really, she's not fun. She cannot say anything that will make a man seem like, oh, this woman's fun. No, she seems uptight and delusional. Right? And again, looks department she's below average. So this is the delusion of women right here. So I feel bad for her, and I feel bad because in the 22 years of her, when she started on this celibacy journey, no one was blunt to her. And this is why Kevin Samuel was important, and younger women should listen to him and want these advice where you gotta be blunt. You are gonna be in this situation then, because no one went to her and say, wake up. Let's say at 20, you want a man, you want to a family, stuff like that, focus on that. Laser focus on that. Laser focus on what a man wants, which is femininity, youth, looks. Focus on it. Focus on your looks. Focus on your body, right? Focus on how you could treat men. Get a man early in life. So you don't have to be now 41 celibate trying to find a man, which you won't be getting one. And that's the thing. Women need the bluntness. The whole being nice and saying it in a nice way has done this to this woman. Has given this woman the life she's living now. That she will die alone. That's it. Which is, it's a sad thing, but it will be her reality. And then with other women will follow suit. Because if you haven't heard, statistically, men are dating less and less. Because they don't want to deal with the hassle of the dating market. They don't. Men don't want to deal with it. Because it is a hassle. And let's say even marriage, divorce at over 50%, around 50%, and mainly filed at an 80% rate by women. Men are cautious as well. So it's just a harder thing where I believe less and less women will be getting long-term commitment from men. You may be getting sexual validation from men, but commitment, I believe that would be even a harder thing to get from women. I mean, women will be getting from men. So it's just a ridiculous thing, that this woman, she needed Kevin Samuels to save her life.